With a yo-ho-ho, it's TaleOfTheToaster. Welcome to some more level 99 competition routes in Inazuma 11 Go Chrono Stone's Wildfire. We are particularly playing Wildfire today because we are taking on Chrono Storm, the very team that I'm supposed to be playing as in the first place. I think I forgot to change my kit from last time, so I guess we're getting musical kit once again. That's a pity, sorry, but we're going to be taking on the Wildfire version of Chrono Storm, so that means, unfortunately, no Bailong on their team or mine. It has to be Mr. Soul Daystar, who will not only be leading the shots against me, it will also be on my team. Oh, they've got Bailong on the bench. Well, that's good to know at least, because I noticed when you take on Chrono Storm in other competition routes, it will either call them Chrono Storm T or Chrono Storm Woo, depending on the version of the game you're playing, which is basically to indicate whether Soul or Bailong will be on the pitch. We're going to start off with the Soul strategy as usual, just with respect to the goalkeeper being JP. So he's got Margin, obviously, which is ground element, and it's not a punching move. And then when he goes into his regular moveset, when he's armorified, his main one will be Mugen The Hand. So that will be, obviously, Grass type. Plasma Cut Z without the armor fight is good enough. So basically what I'm trying to say is Soul has a type advantage in either of the situations. Like, obviously if you use a Solar Flare straight into Margin the Hand, then that's going to be a disadvantage. But you can use Thunder Taker to have the advantage on Margin the Hand, and you can have your fire type moves to have an advantage on Mugen the Hand. Gotta know the difference between those two, of course. But I'm also going to be shifting the focus away from Arian on this one. And especially when they're mix and matching their own version of Arian, oh dear. He could be a bit of a threat, actually. I'm going to try and go for the Vulpine strategy, which could be difficult because he's only got one spirit compared to the two that the likes of Soul and Arian have. But I've recently fully evolved his Werewolf Howl. So just by going from +2 to +2Z, that means it's now gained, like, well, I don't know the exact numbers, but it was reliably doing about 1,000 power before, and now it's doing about 1,150. So I'm hoping to beat a few goalkeeping moves outright with that. Certainly I'm trying to go back and S-rank the earlier matches in this route. For example, Dark Angels I was 4-0 up on the train yesterday, and then they scored against me, so I, well, kind of stopped there and then. 904 on the Thunder Taker, so he'll still be able to stop it, but we've got the maximum. No, he won't, because of the advantage on the type! That powered him all the way down to 859, and Thunder Taker has scored outright. That's a fantastic start on what's supposed to be one of the toughest teams yet. So that's great. I will need to power up my goalkeeper now. I will bring out the spirit on Vulpine first, seeing as he's closer, and I am certainly not planning on letting Zanuck get anywhere near the goal. In fact, I'm relieved to see Zanuck bring out his spirit, because he's not going to be able to do anything. Oh dear, unless we let him do a special tactic. We're out of... They've got Trinity Force, if I'm not mistaken, which may force me to act, but I'm going to take the risk. Oh, they're going for Grand Plan. Good. Okay, so Trinity Force was what Chrono Storm Woo used in Tori's competition route, so that's what I was expecting. But yeah, this is the canon version, so they're using Grand Plan, and it's restarted them at the back of the pitch. I forgot Grand Plan does that. Right. Obviously, we're not going to be able to stop them if they do go for a shot, but I certainly don't plan on letting them get that far. I will use an absolute barrier if I have to, but we will disrupt this Grand Plan. It's just a little bit terrifying. See, oh, they just passed straight to me. I mean, they're going to take it back from poor old Zeto. But hey, that's the Grand Plan cancelled at least. So, good to know that special tactics are pretty much off the table in this battle. Right, so like we were saying, yeah, Soul Once JP goes Mugen The Hand mode, we'll just start hitting him with the fire moves. And I also want to hit him with a fully evolved werewolf howl, because what I was saying, yeah, the difference between a +2 and a +2Z, I heard it was something like 40%, but that doesn't add up with the numbers that I'm seeing on my increase, but I think I've got a shot at beating him. Right now, what I need is possession, and I'm kind of getting forced to act here. And I have acted indeed! An accidental pass over to Soul puts things back to me, right? Plasma Cut versus nothing. Alright, so this spirit is going to run out on Soul relatively soon. It's not as near to being exceeded as it looks, because we've got the Forever Armor-fied skill on Soul. But yeah, we've got the 3 mix and matches sorted. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it to the goalkeeper without having to use my second spirit. Let's just use this last plasma cut to try and get past Soul. Nah, I can't. Mix and match Soar. Did I call him Soul? I meant to call... When you've got 2 players on this team whose names are the exact same bar only 1 letter. Okay, they're giving me the freebie here. I need to see where my actual players are. So Soul is over there, but Vulpine's right here, and the Burning Claws could be pretty useful to get past Soar and his Soul in hot pursuit. Let's give it a go. This is a dribbling spirit, and it still gets beaten outright by Soar's normal tackle. Oh, that's dreadful. Fortunately, Chrono Storm, to say that they are the canonical team, the supposed biggest threat of them all, they are rubbish at dribbling. They just keep, rubbish at passing specifically, they just keep getting the ball out of the pitch to let me have another crack. Burning Claws is going to work this time, thankfully, to get us past the Goopy Gloopy Goo. How close was it? A pretty comfortable win on that part, but we're going to mix and we're going to armorify him and go for a Werewolf Howl +2Z. He has Mugen The Hand, but it would nearly run out of his FSP, so I am predicting the armorify here. JP's most threatening move, to be honest, is Jumping Whack, because if that successfully stops something, then that's going to blast the ball into the middle of nowhere. And we definitely prefer him to go for a regular catch, which he's actually done with Mugen The Hand. So I've got it wrong, but I don't mind, because now his spirit gauge is nearly gone. If I can get the ball back in a hurry, then yeah, he's going to be relatively defenseless going forwards. But Big Ball Trick is not going to be good enough. So this is going to force some kind of action from me. Yeah, Victor doesn't have any sort of tactic, any spirit or mix and match up, but he was probably going to do one. So I'm going to go for the Absolute Barrier now and try to keep the pace going. Back to you, Vulpine. There's Soul right at the front. Can I pass to him, or is he offside? He's not offside, you know, because Gabby's all the way back there. Straight for the Armorify on Apollo, because sadly Solar Flare, despite looking like the most powerful shot in the game, is a bit rubbish, and we're instead going to try and stun him with Thunder Taker. Again, this time I really do think he's going to Armorify and go for Mugen The Hand. So I could go for the type bonus on Atomic Flare and all that, but let's just see how it goes. We've got Gabby to get past, so the stun is more important than the raw power here. Now, have I predicted him right? He's got Song of the Three Kingdoms, I suppose. Now he's mixed and matched, but no, it is Mugen The Hand. He's going to stop it, but I'm going to try and stun, which I've done. So he lets go, and we go for the goal this time. Great! Let's make an Atomic Flare. Gabby might be able to do another shot block, so we're not comfortably in the clear. He actually attempts the Jumping Whack while stunned. It's a good job we can beat it, because if that was a save, then we would have totally lost possession. Pretty much, if that Mugen The Hand before was a jumping whack, we'd be screwed and we would not be at 2-0 right now. Oh dear. Well anyway, Soul's Spirit is going to have to last me the rest of this half. May need to Spirit Link him after this, because I don't really have a backup plan apart from him and Vulpine. I guess the only other option is to take Vulpine off the pitch entirely and then go for the Miximax and Spirit on Arian to make him pick on his best friend JP. For now, we're going to actually try and set up another shot as long as Plasma Cut is able to get past, which it is. Alright, well this is useful. It's going to be Thunder Taker again, especially with respect to the fact he actually does use Jumping Whack. I don't think we have time to get another goal, even if this does stun. But of course the stun will carry over to the second half, and that is critical. So, what's it going to be, JP? He's going for a Combustion Catch, and it's actually going to save it as well. That's embarrassing. Hey! We get a third goal in the first half. Brilliant stuff. Solar Nexus. Try and stop this with your Combustion Catch. B-Tech Sam. Let's have a look. Okay, so that's gameplay commentary for the first half. I do actually have a topic for the second half. I just needed to get my bearings on this battle. Imagine if I could S-rank Chrono Storm. Let's not get cocky though. So, second half topic is going to touch on the fact, kind of inspired by the fact we've got the Wildfire version of Chrono Storm on our side and as the opponent here. I do want to talk about version exclusives again, and that's mainly in respect to the Go Galaxy fan translation that many of you in the comments are asking for, despite the fact I confirmed like ages ago that I'm planning to do it. At the time of recording, the patch has been out for a couple of months, I think it's fair to say, but only in its first version, so I still have not played the patch. Obviously helped to make the thing, and I've been saving my first playthrough for after the kind of version 2 release, which I, along with the other people on the team, especially Shadow AK and HMaz, along with the main guys, Sync. We've been making some localized names for the moves to make it a bit less, you know, having moves like Death Scythe Middle and Death Scythe Low just didn't look right in English. So we've already picked those, they just need to be put in the game, and I suspect by the time this video is released, that will already be done. But obviously that means that when I can finally play the game for the first time before doing the Let's Play, I'm not going to make the Let's Play out my very first time playing the game, obviously. I want to try it first and see if I can do any debugging along the way. But I need to basically decide right now which version I'm going to be playing in the Let's Play, because I want to play through one, just beat the final boss, keep all the post-game stuff aside so that I can record that in the future, and then do the Let's Play on the other version. Now, I know which version you guys in the comments want me to play. Anyone who's voiced an opinion has made it extremely clear, and in general, Go Galaxy seems to have the firmest preference out of any Inazuma 11 game I've ever seen. Usually there's people on either side picking their favourites out of the two, but in Go Galaxy's case, it seems almost unanimous that everyone prefers Supernova, and this is the one that people want me to play, and I'm not quite sure why it's such a strong preference. I think it's definitely a cooler name. A Supernova sounds better than a Big Bang, I will concede that one. Let me tell you what it's coming down to for me. I prefer the box art of Big Bang. I think Supernova has a better intro song, but I don't think this actually matters in the case of my Let's Play, because the song will probably only get copyright struck anyway. So much as the Supernova song is incredible, I likely can't show it to you because Japanese songs are even more likely to get copyright struck than the dubbed ones were. So I'm not going to let the song influence my decision. Goldie, do you want to actually try and do this? Just get the ball sneakily off Zanuck and then we'll do a runner. Yeah, so the Supernovas... Oh, he just had possession straight away. Well, that's brilliant. Thundertaker it is then. Let's try and get this 5th goal. Especially because JP doesn't even have his Spirit active. Yeah, so I think people pretty much prefer Supernova because of the name, because of the song, and maybe something else that I don't know about yet. But that's what I'm pretty much using this video to invite you to do. I want to know why you guys prefer Supernova, because it may already be too late by the time I release this video. I might have already started playing the games. It depends how long this takes me. But at the moment, I am leaning towards playing Big Bang out of the two. And I've got my reasons. The one is the really, really difficult one, that being the version exclusive players. I won't go into too much detail on who these are because that's what the Go Galaxy Let's Play is going to be for. But the short end of it is, my 2 favourite characters in Inazuma 11 history are Bailong from the Go era and Jordan Greenway from the original trilogy. Now, Go Galaxy gives you the opportunity to recruit some retro players throughout the course of the story. You're basically given them for free about halfway through, and you can add them to your team. Now, frustratingly, Bailong is exclusive to Big Bang, and Jordan is exclusive to Supernova. So no matter what, I have to pick between children here. My 2 favourites in Inazuma 11 are in different games, and I can only use one of them. And that is so sad, because I would love to just have them. If they were both in the same game, then there would be no doubt whatsoever in which game I would be playing. But because they're split between different ones, that means I have a decision to make. I have to choose between Bailong and Jordan, which I've never done before, because if you ask me which is my favourite out of the 2, I still don't know. I feel like I like them both equally. But I'm going to have to make a decision, and the one I'm kind of leaning towards at the moment is Big Bang, on the basis that although I like Jordan and Bailong kind of equally, I'm conscious of the fact that my Let's Plays of the Go games are a lot more recent than those of the original trilogy. So I don't think I have another mixing match to use on Arian here. I need to take someone off the pitch if I'm to do that. Yeah, my Let's Play of Inazuma 11-3, where I shouted about how much I really liked Jordan, was a long time ago. Whereas in the Go trilogy, out of Go Light and Go Chrono Stone's Thunder Flash, I've intentionally been picking the Bailong one all the way through. And it kind of feels wrong to not finish the trilogy on that. They're passing to Victor. I don't have another space for a Fighting Spirit. Didn't need one. It's just giving it to Jones straight away. Phew. Yeah, it would feel weird if I did the first 2 Go games chosen purely for Bailong's sake, and then I just played the one that doesn't have him in the 3rd one, is what I'm saying. Whereas Jordan, I can at least use him in my own personal playthrough of Supernova. And at the end of the day, I'm still going to do post-game coverage of both games, and Jordan will make an appearance there. And hey, look how it's worked out for Thunder Flash and Wildfire. I've done pretty much the whole post-game in Wildfire, whereas Thunder Flash has been basically retired on the spot. So there's a heavy Wildfire bias right now. Maybe that's what will happen with Go Galaxy. But I feel like I want to have Bailong in that main story. I know that he's a little bit OP in Galaxy, but I'm also thinking that I haven't played the game yet, so I don't really know the impact of this stuff, but I imagine I'd probably be doing some kind of spiritless run on that one if it's feasible. Right, so that was reason 1 to narrowly go with Big Bang. At the end of the day, Supernova would still be great because it's got Jordan, it's got the opening song, it's the one that people like the most. I have to stop this. Superior Crayon Power. Please let me have my S rank. 591. Yeah, that's okay. I think. Let's make sure of that. Yeah, I have no reason to be worried. I'll armorify him after this. Let's pause and get the ball over here towards Arian. So reason 2 is that at the moment, I'm not aware of anyone making a Let's Play of Go Galaxy's fan translation. And really there's very few people in the world of YouTube who would do a Let's Play of Inazuma 11 Go Galaxy in its fan translation. Because I'm one of the few Inazuma tubers in the whole world, as it were. But it's a possibility, and you've got to think that if Supernova is such a clear preference, don't you think that if anyone is going to Let's Play that game, they're going to pick Supernova too? I kind of want to be unique, and be the only one doing Big Bang. I think that's where I'm at. So I do want to know in the comments, though, why is Supernova the preference? Or are there any of you out there who actually really do prefer Big Bang? We've got Spirit Big Moves, talking of Go Galaxy. Brilliant. I don't know why I got the Oda's Odd Jobs badge on that one. But yeah, so it may be too late by the time I put this video out, but it may not be. So either let me know to genuinely influence my decision, or just make me regret it after the fact. I want to know what your preference is out of those two games and why. For now, we've got Spirit Smash X as a move manual, and there is one match remaining in the ultimate route, and that is going to be the level 5 heroes. See you for that one.